I am live. How are you? Welcome to the show. I appreciate it. I'm going to wait a minute or two since I'm just talking to myself. If you're watching the replay, hey, thanks. Hit that like and subscribe button. You're probably already subscribed. Well, maybe you're not. Go to the YouTube and subscribe. It's in my Twitter bio. That would be nice. Try to bump up the YouTube subscriptions. That'd be helpful to me. Thank you very much. Hi, Jake. How are you? I'm not ready. Hi, Mike. How are you? I'm not ready at all. I'm stressed out. I am ill prepared. I feel like I've been under the gun since Monday. And I am not comfortable with everything I have tonight. It's kind of pushed together. It feels forced. Hey, Dave. And I'm getting weather reports from Florida. I'm getting texts. I'm reading some stuff. I'm listening to some stuff. And I just keep flip-flopping. Now, when I made my lineup, was it maybe Monday? Maybe Monday night? No, yesterday. I felt really, really good about it. I was off yesterday. So I've had plenty of time to read and research and make a declarative decision. But I'm still not comfortable. It sucks. It sucks being in that headspace. All right? Hi, Steve. You might have come to the wrong place. You may not have. We'll talk about it. I think I have good reasons. I think I have good reason. I think I can make a good case for a bunch of guys. All right, we'll talk about it. All right, so let's get started. I don't think Charlie's going to be here tonight. He has a hockey game. I think it's a hockey game, or he's traveling. One of the two. All right, Steve. Good to hear. I think I like 3 guys I think you should bet on outright. Yeah, 3 guys. I'd like to see some retweets. Let's get that shit out there a little bit. Help a brother out. All right, so a couple shout-outs. Today is March 9th, I believe. Yes, today is March 9th. And a couple weeks ago, was my niece's birthday, Alyssa, who turned 13. That's my sister's kid, the great Jennifer Nagel. Thanks, Greg. Appreciate that. But I also have a nephew, my sister's son, Ryan. And today is his 11th birthday, right? 13 and 11? Yeah. So happy birthday to my nephew, Ryan. My sister's 2 kids. And I sent a text before. I didn't get a chance to call. It was a really shitty day, but that text went through. And we had his birthday party for him last week or 2 weeks ago or whatever it was. I don't freaking know. But happy birthday to Ryan. Hey, buddy. The other birthday shout out, our boy Charlie, who you know, who's not here to do roll call tonight. I think Dave Rhino Booyah is doing that instead. Charlie's son, Dimitri. Great name. Dimitri. Good old D-Roz. I forget how old he turned. But today's his birthday. I think he's got a hockey game. Puck's deep. And hey, Dimitri, happy birthday, buddy. All right? Puck's deep. I hope Charlie can join us a little later tonight. You get ignored because your comments are dumb, and I don't appreciate that. That's why you get ignored. You bring no joy to my life. So I ignore you. I appreciate the retweet. Thanks, Red. Get that shit out there, man. All right. So, shout out to... Oh! Big show and tell. Shit. Hold on. Look at this fucker. All right. I forgot about this. Good thing I had it in my notes. All right. Let me get my cutter here. There's my cutter. Oh, God damn it, Jeffrey. I can't I had this all set up. It's probably on my kitchen table. Hey, thanks, Jimmy Fox. All right, so this is from our boy Izzy and Mike. Mikey Miz. Whatever. My friend lives down by the Honda. I got this big box the other day. I didn't want to do it on the Sunday show. So I'm going to do a little show and tell right now. All right? If I can get this freaking thing open. It's rattling. It's rattling. I don't know what that means. Here's some clanging. All right, one side's done. Oh, come the papa. All right, let's see what we got here. A little unboxing. This is what all the... Oh, shit. This is what all the kids are doing. What is it going to be? It's the thought that counts. It doesn't really matter. It's going to be a bag of shit. We don't care. Or a box of shit. All right. All right. Let's see. Here we go. Oh, cool. All right. Well, there's two of them. Oh, look at these. Look at this. This is pretty sick. Look at that. Nice little Honda Classic souvenir. Nice little ball cap. Oh, look at that. Look at that handsome fella right there. All right. We got red. They'll match my Tiger shirt. And nice little classic gray. Oh, how you doing? All right. I like that. And I still have, Mike, I still got the white one. I wear that all the time. All right. Well, that's cool. What else we got? This is the clanging. All right. Nice little Honda Classic tumbler. Oh, there's a ball in here. I just sent one of these to Red. I got it back. All right. Look at that. All right. Love myself a nice little logo ball. I think it comes with the mug. Excellent. And I think Mike. Quiet, please. Never. Oh, that's so cool. All right. Oh, this guy. Look at that. That's a souvenir right there. Well, Mike took down a Marshall for me. So that's cool. That's good shit. I appreciate that. That's funny. I could hang that up right there. Just leave it there. Oh, it's right, Mike. No, I don't want to. Can't cover Xander. Or cover JT. All right. How about that? Oh, thanks to Mike and Isabel. I appreciate that. All right. I have no announcements. All right, so we did our shout outs, we did our show and tell, did our announcements. I did the whole Sunday listener league bullshit. We did all that on Sunday in the recap show. All right, so we're not going to do that. I had to send a freaking ball to England. Shit cost me $18. Fucking bullshit. Shouldn't have let. Now, it's Matty Bear Jets. We love Matty Bear Jets. That sucks, man. $18. All right? I bitch about it all the time. I'm not going to bitch about it anymore. That was an unfortunate turn of events. All right. So, let's just talk about the players. Let's get into it. All right? I have not had a great amount of success at the Players' Championship the last couple of years. Whether it be one and done or DraftKings. You know, it was a big money event. I tend to overthink these things. There's a lot of content, and it has not translated. I am not a big game hunter. I wish this was a no-cut event. But, so I went back and I looked at some of the things that I've done. What's odd is that the Travelers, another Pete Dye golf course, that's one of my better events. And I kind of do things the same way whenever I hear the words Pete Dye. So it doesn't really make sense. However, 2018, my one and done pick was Justin Rose. He finished T23. All right, that's fine. 2019, my one and done pick, Justin Rose, T8. And JT, T35. A couple of years early on that one. I had 3 of 6 in my DraftKings lineup. Tommy Fleetwood got me a T5. Rose got the T8. Xander missed the cut. Terrell Hatton missed the cut. Lucas Glover, I think I glove you. He missed the cut. And Cam Smith, T56. Now, I was talking about Xander the other night. I don't know if you guys heard that. You want to take in a podcast, Golf Gambling Podcast. I was on with my friend Steve and Boston Capper. I was talking about Xander a little bit. Now, I guess we'll go into this when we do the slate. Xander missed the cut that year, 2019. There's a narrative around Xander that he doesn't like Florida and all that shit. I guess we could talk about that. But that week, he was really chalky. What a surprise. He had won in Hawaii that year, and he had, I don't know, 4 or 5 top 20s in all the events in California and whatnot. He had a second at the Players the year before, 2018. So he was super chalky in 2019. Of course, guys put the kiss of death on him. He missed the cut. And last year he was sick. So, couple of excuses. The year it got canceled, 2020, I had Tommy Fleetwood as my one and done. And he shot like a 77, 76 the first day. So or 78. I'm glad that got canceled. But my freaking lineup that week, if Tommy could have came back and made the cut, you know, no pandemic, I had Hideki, who was first round leader. Xander, I think, shot 4 under, I want to say. Ian Poulter, Florida guy. Abe Answer, who's had success here. Kevin Na, this is his type of golf course. So I had some guys. I might have been all over it that year. And, of course, it got canceled. Last year, horrendous. 2 out of 6. So the last 2 years of DraftKings, 2 out of 6, 3 out of 6. That's what I'm saying. Too much shit going on up here. Had Webb as my one and done, missed the cut. Scotty Scheffler. Who doesn't like Scotty Scheffler? He missed the cut. Terrell Hatton, again, missed the cut. Ian Poulter, missed the cut. Billy Horschel, Florida guy, T58. Fitzy, my best player, T9. So that was gross. So what are we looking for? What? I I think I had the right idea. Just didn't get a good result. Pete Dye, that means something. That's target golf. That's being on the right side of the fairway. That's putting the ball where you want to put it. Not being overly aggressive. The weather's going to be an issue. The weather is going to be a big issue. There's something new. You say you can't get anything new and informative on this show. Well, here's a hot take. Weather's going to be bad. It's going to be soft as shit. It's going to be windy. It's going to get cold. And it's going to matter. I think it's going to matter. I'm only looking at the last 2 years of a March players as opposed to a May players. So some guys' course history just doesn't matter to me. I'm only looking at the last 2 years. There's been some agronomy takes out there. Is Kyle Dotson here? We got some discussion. Call it discussion. That I've had this thing in my head that the greens with the overseed in March, they're not Bermuda greens, and they're overseeded. Now, this is getting like really super specific. I was under the impression that they were like the same greens as you see at PGA National for the American Express and the Valspar that we've had in the past. Waste Management, Phoenix Open, that type of stuff. So if I was looking for comp courses with putters and greens and whatnot, that's the Valero Texas Open. These Bermuda greens overseeded with like a POA bent mix or some bullshit. I don't know. So the guy PGA Splits or girl put out this thing yesterday of all the top ranked putters on those surfaces, like those specific golf courses or that surface. I don't know if he included Sawgrass on that or not. But I put it out there. I retweeted it, quote tweeted it or whatever. And then my new best friend, Stevie Bamford, said, hey, that could be a little misleading because not all those golf courses are the same, or he had a theory about that. So now this morning I have to ask my agronomy guy. I say, hey, Steve, another friend, not my new best friend, just a regular friend. I said, I need an agronomy lesson. I sent him the tweets. And I said, well, who's right and who's wrong? And it's really minute, really in the weeds, pun intended, with these freaking grass strains and what's taken out and the percentages of like whether it be an 80-20 mix or a 60-40 and the direction that the grass grows and Bermuda and bent and POA and a lot of grass theories out there. But ultimately, my friend Steve, my regular friend Steve, told me that it is very minute of a difference. And I know that if it did make a difference, my regular friend Steve would point it out. Therefore, I'm comfortable saying same greens basically as those golf courses I just named, Valspar or whatever, like whatever. We pick and choose what narratives are fit what we want them to do. Anyway, so there's the Pete Dye aspect of like the heritage and maybe Travelers and PGA West and Pete Dye golf courses. There's a correlation to the Wyndham. There's a correlation to WGC Memphis. I heard Andy Lack talking about Eastlake. I don't know if that was just a cram Xander into the conversation or not, but I heard that. So you have comp courses and then you have the green type comp courses. So there's a lot of stuff that you can look at and figure out what's important. But then you got a fucking 25-mile-an-hour wind on Saturday. It don't freaking matter. It doesn't matter. Ultimately, it doesn't matter what type of fucking grass grain we got, or seeds and overseed and everything else. When you got rain, it's dumping rain, and it's 25-mile-an-hour winds. Who cares? Right? Right. So it's all bullshit. Nobody knows anything. Pick 6 guys and fucking hope for the best. Really. I'm not worried about I can't get bogged down in AM PM waves and PM AM, and maybe when is there going to be a stoppage, and who's going to have to play start in the wind, and it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. All right, so I'm done. I'm fucking done trying to figure it out, because it can't be figured out. Because if it could be figured out, then the same people would win every week. Right? Right. So, let's have some fun. It's supposed to be fun. So, let's have some fun. All right. So, let's talk about the slate. Have any retweets, likes, subscribes, anything? Get it out there. I had a theory that I was working on that I saw last week. I forgot to, I'm so mad at myself. I forgot to talk about some of these bets that I had on the recap show on Sunday. I had these 3-ball parlays and my head-to-head matchups and everything else, and I've totally forgot to talk about it. But one of the things I noticed in the 3-ball parlays, and I talked about this on the show on Sunday, that Scotty Scheffler had no ownership, and he was going up against Rahm and Rory, and he smoked that 3-ball, and it happened with another one. It seemed like the low-owned, untalked-about guy who was paired with some real chalky guy, all those guys won. But if you look at the matchups and the 3-ball matchups this week, everyone's pretty much got like the same ownership. So I don't know if I can apply that theory. There's maybe one that I like. Well, one is not enough to get the juices flowing. Got to parlay that shit. So I'm still going to fuck around with matchups and, get a nice parlay going for the, for the week. We'll see. I have to look at that after. I've had no time, 0 time. I've been under the gun since Monday. Monday, I did the podcast, and then yesterday I was off, and I was just knee deep in research and Twitter, social media, and everything else. It was crazy. I put my team together. Now I got to put a show together, and I'm flip-flopping. It's been a mess. It's been an absolute mess. It's been freaking raining. It's snowing all day. I'm just starting to get feeling back in my toes. Been bad. And now we're going to get delays, and the weather's going to suck, and who knows? All right. Let's talk about the players. $10,000 and up. Steve, don't ask him. All right? Don't ask him. Charlie's not here. I'm pretty sure he's got Willie Zalatoris by 6. He loves fucking Will Zalatoris. He's going to keep picking him until he wins. And then he's going to say, see, I told you. And Will Zalatoris may not win for 3 years, but he's still going to say, just like he did with Scotty Scheffler. It's the same thing. Love Charlie. Happy birthday to Dimitri. All right, so $10,000 and up. Rahm, Rory, Collin, JT, Hovland. Ownership-wise, Collin, JT, and Rahm are all basically the same. 20, 19, 18%. Should I talk about these guys individually or collectively? I'm crossing Rory and JT out. All right. We're not getting dome golf. We're going to get some wind. They might be competitive, but they're not my picks. To grind it out, mud it out, and everything else. So I'm just crossing those guys out off the top of my head. I don't want to make it sound like I'm saying anything negative about Collin Morikawa. Everything points to him, of course. But he's 20% owned. The wrong people are picking him to win. I talked to my supervisor at work today. Fucking square as shit. Knows nothing. I asked him who we like for the players, and he picked Colin. Okay. You don't want to be on the same. You don't want that. You don't want that. I was on the podcast. Yeah, it's a Pete Dye golf course, ball strikers, everything else. Yeah, Colin Morikawa. Yeah, I get it. I totally get it. I don't think it's that simple. He's 20% owned. Whatever. God, he's fucking awesome, though. And I want him to win. I do. I'd totally root for him to win, even if it costs me, the Millie Maker. Well, maybe not then. But yeah, no, the guy's great. Jon Rahm, 18% owned. You guys know how I feel about this. This is not a personal attack or shot at Andy Lack. I would never, by the way. Last week I was on Jon Rahm. Thought that I was getting value, maybe like under the radar or whatever. Turns out I was wrong. Him and Rory basically had the same ownership. And now I'm getting texts this week. My brother said last week, well, if Rahm has a bad week, I'm going to be on him this week. And he's on him this week. Dave Ranabuya is telling me, oh, don't be a week early. Don't be a week early. You're always a week early. I should go back to him. Andy Lack, I should go back to him. This is not a secret. Last week, I kind of thought it was kind of like a secret. Like I thought it was sharp. I don't think it's a sharp play this week. Not play. I don't think it's a sharp narrative this week. Like, oh, Jon Rahm, he's the same odds as Justin Thomas. Doesn't that seem off to you? He could just turn it around if he gets his putter going. Yeah, how many guys are we going to say that about? Colin Morikawa, Jon Rahm, Justin Thomas. Well, if they just putt for the week, they're the best player in the world. Well, you got to putt. It doesn't work. They can't all be the best players in the world. They are the best players in the world. But that's not the separation. I don't know. It just annoys me. Like, how many guys have that stink attached to him? Well, if he could just do this, he'd be the best player in the world. They're all like that. Anyway, good golf takes. So I'm not going back to Jon Rahm. Now, can that kill me? Yes, of course. A week early, totally in play. Of course. Of course. Is it that easy? It can be. You got the number one player in the world. You got the biggest golf purse of all time. Seems to be a very logical one and done pick, especially with everybody going towards Morikawa. I understand that. This is more of an it's really not that easy pick. It would really suck if Rahm won the Players. I'd be pissed. So it's just a personal thing. So I played Victor Hovland, the number 3 player in the world, who doesn't seem to be getting a lot of chatter. He is the lowest owned at like 12%. He sucks now? Is Victor Hovland the guy who sucks now because he finished in second place? Now he sucks? Daniel Berger is one of the most popular guys on the slate after not winning Honda. And Victor Hovland's like ignored after not winning Bay Hill. So let me make a case for Victor Hovland. And I feel, shout out to my regular friend Steve, who does not like Victor Hovland this week. Worried about his short game. I get it. He sucks at chipping. He said it himself. This is not a Pete Dye track, small greens, whatever. This isn't exactly a place where you want to suck at chipping. I understand that. But if we're basing that opinion on last week at Bay Hill, it's probably not the same. Now, is he an elite chipper? No. Is he an elite golfer? Yes. Would this not be a nice little stamp for Victor Hovland to win the Players as the next thing to do in part of his growth process? Now, he hasn't been awful in the majors. He's got a couple of decent finishes. He's young. And this would be hey, I'm here, like a trademark win heading into this major season. I think there's a small chance of him becoming the number one player in the world if he wins this, depending where Colin and Rahm finish. In his last 5 starts, he's 4th, 1st, miscut, 4th, and 2nd. What the fuck, guys? That's 4 top 5s in his last 5 starts. He's 12% owned. Now, he missed a cut here last year. Okay, that's fine. With all this talk about Morikawa and Rahm, JT and Rory, former winners here, I don't know, man. It just seems like it's let me take a chance for Victor Hovland. Now, I've been hard on Victor Hovland. I have. I've said, like, can we, he's got a lot of bullshit wins. Can we wait and see before we anoint him? Just very similar stuff to stuff I said about Rahm 3-4 years ago. And you think Victor Hovland hits it far, maybe like a bomber gouger, maybe not the prototypical like Pete Dye specialist. So I thought about that. And I said, well, with the conditions this week, it's going to be soft as shit. If he's a very good driver of the ball, if he's accurate, and they're playing lift, clean, in place, and it becomes like driving range golf, like he said at Quail Hollow, it's kind of like driving range golf. Now, I'm not making any comparisons between Quail Hollow and the stadium course, but not going to get a lot of rollout like it did last week. The guy's playing well. You can't deny that he's playing well. He's in good form. When it gets windy, Victor Hovland, all his wins, 2 in Mayakoba, Puerto Rico. Now, I don't know how windy those events were, but they were coastal. They were, coastal events. I'm sure wind was a factor. Oklahoma State guy, fucking Norwegian. I'm sure he can handle some wind. And he did finish 2nd at Bay Hill last week. He also finished T2 at Concession. Colin Morikawa won. A lot of runoff areas. Chipping was a factor. That was one of the reasons why I didn't like Morikawa that week. And how did that work out? So T2 at Concession. Although I think he also made like a 9 on a hole or 7 or something, knocked him out of the tournament. All right, so what about like maybe just thinking about a smaller ballpark, like a Valspar, where he finished T3. You hear correlations to the Wyndham. Victor Hovland finished 4th at the Wyndham. So, tee to green wise, yes, the chipping could be an issue. It may not be as bad of an issue this week. Really might not be. That's what I'm hoping for. It's odd that my top guy is like my squeamish pick of the week. I am a little squeamish about it, not going to lie. It could go bad for me. But I also kind of like it. I'll let you know. But I'm not worried about the wind. I'm not worried about the tough conditions. And I'm not really worried about the short game. I don't have really any putting. I don't really have any like putting correlations. Although I told you about the thing that the what's it PGA Splits tweeted out ranking ranking the field on these types of greens, and Victor Hovland was 8th. How about that? I think Colin Morikawa was like 130th, 129th, something like that. Might have something there. Victor Hovland putting the ball wherever he wants, giving himself some opportunities, and I think he can be in the mix. If he's chipping all day, he will not be in the mix. I agree with that. So I like Victor Hovland. All right, moving on. $9,000 range. You have let's see, Cantlay, DJ, Xander, Hideki, Cam Smith, Scheffler, Jordan Spieth. Lowest owned guy, DJ. My brother's one and done pick. He loves DJ this week. He's using the Masters comp of 2020 and the weather as his reason why. More or less. Sleeping giant, likes money. Under the radar. It's fucking Dustin Johnson. Yeah, man, go for it. I don't love it, but, good. You shouldn't want everybody to love it. The next lowest owned guy is Jordan Spieth at 9,000, 9% owned. That's my dad's one and done pick. Very upset with Rob Bolton that Jordan Spieth did not make the power rankings. My dad's flying high for picking Scheffler last week and one and done. He texted me yesterday, say, hey, is it possible I went from 748th to 73rd? Yeah. Stop worrying about the goddamn segments. We didn't even fucking start golf season yet. You're worried about segments. So, yeah, Dad, you're sitting in 73rd place. Congratulations. Still got 4 majors, still got the players, still got everything. But he likes Jordan Spieth. If the conditions are good enough, whatever. I ain't talking him out of it. I didn't like the Scheffler pick. How'd that work out? So, my dad likes Spieth. My brother likes DJ. The community has Hideki about 18%, Scotty Scheffler at 18%, Cantlay at 17%. Cantlay, bad weather, cold. Don't love that. Although I think Cantlay lives in Florida now. I think he moved to Florida. Tax purposes. So the whole Florida, Cantlay, Bermuda, practices on it, whatever. But still might be cold. Don't love it. Stevie, my new best friend, Stevie Vanford, I think pointed out that X amount of the last couple of winners, maybe last 9 of 10 or whatever. I don't know the statistic. He was on with Andy Lack. Good podcast. Check it out. But he said that X amount of the last number of winners had played either Honda or Bay Hill before they won the Players. If that means anything. It might. It might not. Xander. All right, so Xander's like 14% owned, not under the radar at all. My buddy Chad texted me today to let him know that he's betting the house on Xander, which means Xander's pretty fucked. Hate to see it. I have this thing in my head, and I've had it in my head since last summer. Like, how can I get Xander to win the Masters? How can I get Xander to the point where going into the Masters, Xander sucks? There's a little bit of that now. What's wrong with Xander? What's going on? Like, Xander's fine. He missed a 5 fucking foot putt to make the playoff at Phoenix. He's fine. He's fine. Just finished 13th at Riviera. All right, he's not coming in with 4 missed cuts. He's finished 3rd and 13th. And you got to, what's wrong with him? The expectations, they're just stupid. They're stupid. I said he was a chalky pick in 2019, came in, missed the cut. He was sick last year. Documented, almost WD'd. So I am trying to figure out how I can get him to win the Masters. That's what's important. I don't really want him to win the Players. So there's an aspect of he's going to win the Players because I don't want him to. Just like I didn't want him to win a gold medal, goes and wins a fucking gold medal. Ruins my life. There is that ruin my life aspect of this. Now, if he wins the Players, that would be great. Sure. But I want something bigger. So I'll probably bet Xander outright. Got good number. Good numbers on him, 25-1, even though he's a house bet, which means that sucks. So we'll probably finish second. And a second going into match play, going into the Masters, a third and a second, his last couple of starts. Going to have some buzz going into Augusta. Not great, Bob. We don't want that. So just kind of taking a wait and see approach. Remember, his schedule was all fucked up from going to Saudi Arabia. We got a lot of excuses. But I'm not worried about it yet because I don't care. I would have liked to win the Masters. That's what I care about. So let's just, let's keep percolating. Let's keep percolating. But under the radar. Under the radar percolation. Is that asking too much? Probably. So, whatever. Hideki's high owned. Not going to go there. So, I'm going to play Cam Smith. Now, there are some people, I'll say this first. There are some people's golf opinion that I respect that have played Cam Smith this week. And there are some people whose golf opinion I don't respect that have played Cameron Smith this week. It's quite a dilemma. It's quite a dilemma. I was trying to think back. Well, why do I like Cam Smith? I was trying to think back to when it was a golf tournament with really, really shitty conditions. Rain, wind, and whatever. And I thought about that fucking Sony Open that Cam Smith won. Short game's going to be at a premium. He's Aussie. Good win player. Maybe short game's going to be at a premium. I don't want to, Victor Hovland, if short game's at a premium. I understand. This is what I'm talking about. I'm all over the place. I got no clarity. All right, so if short game doesn't matter, I like Victor Hovland. If short game matters, I like Cameron Smith. Let's see what happens. So I thought about that. But the one thing, I was talking about the agronomy before, and my new best friend Stevie Vanford talking about the Zurich Classic. Zurich Classic. Cam Smith, 2-time winner of the Zurich Classic. Loves these types of greens. My friend Boston Capper, Cam Smith, lives in the area. A little under the radar. It's like 30-1, 14% owned. Gonna get some shitty weather. Now, he doesn't fall into the category of coming in and great. No. He doesn't come into the category of played a Florida event before this one. That's all right. All trends are meant to be broken, right? Right. So he won Sony, tournament champions, missed the cut at the Sony. Fourth in Saudi, T33 Riviera. Don't really know what happened at Riv. Last two Players' Championships, 56 and a 17th. Two made cuts. Thank you very much. OWGR number 10. I think about one and done picks. This is like the biggest purse in golf history. You can pick anybody. But it's it's like one of those top 10 events. I want a top 10 player. Cam Smith. Right on the cusp of top 10. OWGR number 10. He's finished 9th at the Heritage. He's finished, he was second at Liberty National. And I bring that up. A couple of reasons. A lot of trouble at Liberty National, a lot of water hazards. But they had to delay that to a Monday finish because of fucking Hurricane Irma. I was there for 3 days, and then Sunday got washed out. And Cam Smith finished in a playoff with Finau, and he lost, but played well that week. Lift clean in place. Very soggy. That might be relevant. And if you want to talk about Memphis, he finished 5th in Memphis. Probably could have won if he didn't try to. There was something with a tree, and he hit the ball backwards, and he had a chance to win that, if that matters. Cam Smith might be a big-time player. And this would be another one of those like breakout performances. What's his biggest win? The fucking Sony? The Zurich? This will be a nice little trademark win going into a major season. Stepping stone. Well, stepping stone win. So I like Cameron Smith. So Cameron Smith, Victor Hovland. We'll see. Anybody else in the nines I want to talk about? Scotty Scheffler's terrific. Got nothing bad to say about Scotty Scheffler. He would be in my player pool. And no, Spieth we did. All right, that's it. That's it in the nines. In the eights, what time is it? Don't matter. In the eights, Zalatoris, Berger, Louis, Brooksy, Finau, Neiman, Im, Scott, Horschel, Lowry. I was on the podcast Monday night, and I said you could basically make a case for all of these guys. Do you want to get heavy in the eights? Man, go nuts. You can make a case for any of them. Zalatoris. Why not? Berger, Florida guy. Louis, ball striking bastard. Brooksy, Florida guy. Tony Finau. Neiman, just won fucking Riviera. Sungjae Im, Florida guy. Adam Scott, former winner, ball striking bastard. Billy Horschel, Florida guy. Shane Lowry. Fucking mutter. All right, so you can make a case for any of them. Ownership-wise, Berger's the highest. Screw Daniel Berger and his not-so-nice girlfriend. 22% owned. Why play him at 22 when you could play anybody else at almost half the ownership? Brooksy is high. I understand that. Andy Lack talked me into Brooksy. Might put an outright on him, depending on what his number is tonight. Yeah, it makes sense. Big money event. Brooksy won Memphis. If that means anything. Berger won Memphis a couple of times. If that means anything, yeah, I understand they went to Florida State. But it might be a good chance to do some leverage. Everything else. We all love Daniel Berger at 22% for not winning the Honda, but we all hate Shane Lowry at 13% for not winning the Honda. The fuck's the difference? What's the difference? Either one of those guys could have won the Honda. Neither one of them did. And Berger's twice as owned. How does that make any sense? So I played Shane Lowry, $8,000. All right. Nice little Euro. Can play in the wind. He's got at Heritage. He's got 2 top 10s at the Heritage, the 3rd and the 9th. He was 6th in Memphis last year at the Pete Dye PGA Ocean Course. Not making a comp correlation, but it was windy as fuck. He finished T4. The Liberty National, we just talked about, T11. Fucking peppering all the relevant leaderboards. He was 8th here at the Players last year. He's coming in hot. 12th, 24th, 14th, and a 2nd. 13% owned. Fucking sign me up. Done. We don't even need to talk about this anymore. Great, sharp play at $8,000. Shane Lowry, don't overthink it. Right? Right. His ownership might go higher because of the weather, whatever. But you know what? Matthew Fitzpatrick is still going to be double the ownership. So maybe Matthew Fitzpatrick is a chalk bomb type of guy. Maybe. I kind of want Fitzpatrick to top 20, though. So either way, it's fine. It's fine. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's supposed to be fun. All right, so that's the eights. Again, I don't have anything crazy negative to say about anybody. It's ownership. It's pivots. The players' names don't matter. Berger at 22, Finau at 5%. All these other guys are like in the teens. Pick who you like. Pick who you like. Pick your own losers. All right, in the sevens, Matthew Fitzpatrick. We mentioned him, 24% owned. Highest owned guy on the slate as of right now. I understand it. Been in good form. Plays well in Florida. He loves RBC Heritage. And he's played well here. And he's played well last week. And blah, 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 blah. I get it. I get it. 24% owned. That's too high. So at half the ownership, More than half the ownership. Hatton's burned me twice at this golf course. Fucking head case. I'm not playing him at Pete Dye. Sam Burns is half the ownership. Kind of like that. Didn't go there. I went with Abe Answer. When I did a majors preview pod with my good friend Andy Lack, I was throwing out names for the players, and I said, maybe Abe Answer at the players. He was like 50, 60 to 1. He still is. Abe Answer, last two players, 12th and 22nd, does not fit the mold of somebody percolating, and this is not a get-right spot. I get that. You know what? Maybe it is a get-right spot. Maybe this is Abe Answer's happy hunting ground. He's played well here. He's played well at the Heritage. He's fucking Abe Answer. That's his game. Pete Dye. He's a little short knocker, accurate. Hope to get lucky. If Memphis matters, he won Memphis. He's got a second at the Heritage. He's got a fifth at like the Valspar in Florida. He's got a fourth and 11th at the Travelers, Pete Dye. He's got a second and a fifth at the American Express, Pete Dye Stadium course out there. Same type of greens. Worry about wind. Mayakoba, T7, if that matters. PGA, Ocean Course, 85 million yards. Abe Answer, T8 in the wind at a Pete Dye track. Yes, hasn't been in the best form, but at 10% owned, I'm going to take a chance that he can outplay Matthew Fitzpatrick this week at 24% owned. It's coming in, not hot. T35, miscut. T40. T8 at Saudi. We're just going to sports wash that one, right? The top 10 in Saudi. T40, T43, T39. I understand. They're not the best finishes in the world. But at 65 to 1, he just won a WGC in Memphis. Kind of under the radar. Kind of built for this golf course. We're gambling. It's worth a gamble. It's worth a gamble. Come on, Abe. Little wind, little rain. Come on. He might get blown out to sea. Every single person in this field might get blown out to sea. So screw you if you don't like it. I like Abe Answer. All right? Good. Enough of that. If Webb is garnering like 8% ownership, I think 8% of you are fucking out of your mind. Max Homa, 10%. All right. Jason Day, rest in peace. Sorry for your loss. That's what I meant to say, not rest in peace. I meant to say, Jason Day, sorry for your loss. I've never liked Jason Day. He's been long before John Rahm, there was Jason Day. Don't want to say anybody. Come on. Talking real life stuff. But don't like that. I don't like that play. Paul Casey, not going back to the Paul Casey well. I know you might be surprised. And it really has nothing to do. It really has nothing to do with what happened at Bay Hill. Because, like, I knew last week I wasn't going to play Paul Casey at the Players. Because I knew what was going to happen. I thought he would play fine at Bay Hill, and then he would be super chalky at the Players. Now, he is not super chalky because of what happened. But I knew I was going to fade Paul Casey going into this week. Is it smart? No, it's not smart at all. But we're going to do it anyway, because that's what we do. You got Russell Henley in there, garnering a little bit of ownership, 11%. Don't love that. Not going back to Tommy Fleetwood. I know you might be surprised to hear that. Also a guy I knew I was probably going to fade going into the Players. Not going back to Gary Woodland. I was talking about those three balls before. Sergio's like in one of those three balls with, I think, with Casey and Henley. That kind of piques my interest a little bit. Sergio might be in play there. He's low owned. But I am not doing that. So where am I going? I am going to play. It's a Pete Dye golf course. I want iron players. I want some ball striking bastards. And I'm going to play Corey Connors. Corey Connors won the Valero Texas Open. Falls into my comfortable on the greens narrative. And if you can find a place where Corey Connors is comfortable on the greens, fucking cling to that shit like grim death, which is not far behind, mind you. Corey Connors 12% owned. It's a little high, a little robust in this range. It's not 24% Matthew Fitzpatrick, so we'll take it. I'm jumping on now. Last two players in March, 41st and 7th. I'll take that. His year so far, 11th, miscut, T38, miscut, and then a T11. Maybe, just maybe, found a little something. Out of California, into Florida, working things out. T11 last week, or his last start. Last week, Bay Hill, T11. He also has a third in Bay Hill, so I don't want to hear about Florida bullshit with Corey Connors. He finished T8 at Liberty National. Again, trouble lurking. Gotta be a ball striker. Fucking wet as shit. T8. He's like Mr. Sony Open. If that matters, win T3, T11. Heritage, T4, T21. Pete Dye tracks. Oh, fucking Andy Lack. He's so sensitive. You're so sensitive. It's a part of the show. I fucking love you. I tell you every time. Just let me say what I want to say. It's all bullshit anyway. God. So sensitive. The same people do not win every week, Andy. Oh. God. The same people do not win every week. Oh. Do they win? Yes. Are they successful? Yes. Is it a process? Yes. I'm not playing for process. I'm playing for fun. Is that wrong? Probably. Is it a numbers game? Yes. Do I care? No. I like doing my own thing. I like to lose, and I like to win occasionally when I get lucky. Is there luck involved? No. Is there skill involved? Yes. Do the same people always end up at the final table at the World Series of Poker? Yes. Why? Because it's a skill game. I get it. I fucking get it. I'm going to play Jason Kokorak. Little Saudi boy. You got Victor Hovland, Euro. Cam Smith, Aussie. Shane Lowry, Euro. Abe Answer. Corey Connors, international team. And the Saudi, Jason Kokorak. I like Jason Kokorak. He hasn't been great, but he hasn't been terrible. 38th, 17th, 45th, 26th, 26th. Hey, no MCs in there. Although there might have been some no-cut events. Nevertheless, last two players, 47th and 9th. I'd take a 9th place finish. 7% owned. That's value on the young Saudi. Big hitting Saudi. Jason Kokorak talking about retirement, right? Saudi golf league's in the fucking toilet. What's Jason Kokorak going to do? Well, how about you go win $3.5 million this week? All right, that'll help their old retirement fund. He's finished second at a Valspar. He won Colonial. Now, there's not a lot of correlation, but I think like a less than driver course, Colonial, he won there, a T3. His Bay Hill record is fucking impeccable. He's got a T6 at the Heritage on his resume. At Concession, Florida Golf Course, T9. That's not terrible. So he has some stuff. He has some stuff that I can cling to. Colonial, Texas. He won in Houston. Why do I mention Houston? Why am I mentioning Colonial, Texas events? It's fucking windy in Texas. Was it windy, those events? I don't know. But it could be a thing. You play Aussies in Texas because they're good in the wind. Well, Jason Kokorak's good in Texas. Might be an Aussie. He might be an Aussie. He might be, might be a Saudi. Who knows? But I think I like Kokorak. It's 7% owned. Half the ownership of like the Taylor Gooch, another ball striking bastard, at 13. I thought about Justin Rose. Justin Rose hurt my feelings at Torrey. Can't do that. I thought about getting real cute. Russell Knox, good record at the Heritage, good record. Pete Dye, good in the wind. Be a slop fest. Fucking love Russell Knox. Go right at the Travelers. Got a win there. Pete Dye. Might have to do something with Russell Knox, betting wise. Just to get a little taste. I think Russell Knox is a great play this week. Went with Jason Kokorak instead because I'm not fucking insane. Chris Kirk, 13% owned. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? So there's a lot of guys down there. Pick your own losers. Doesn't matter. I don't know what I'm talking about anyway, right? You get no value from this show. That's what I hear. That's what I hear. Everybody trying to fucking educate me. Everyone trying to educate me. Under 7, I'm sorry, I'm pissed off now. Under 7, a couple of guys that I liked. I said this on the podcast. I don't know how true it is anymore. Brian Harmon, 6,900. Why don't we like him? He was just good at the American Express. He's like an Abe Answer type guy. Keegan Bradley, 6,900. Listen, if you like anybody under 7,000, go for it, man. There is no ownership under 7. People are loading up. The way the pricing is, you don't have to go under 7. There's not one person higher than like 4% owned. I think Keegan's the highest owned guy. You got your Mitos and your Aaron Wises, 3, 4, 5%. Fucking go nuts down there. I thought about KH Lee, but then I forgot it wasn't the Valero, Texas Open he won. It was the Byron Nelson, also in Texas, that he won. And I was trying to make that correlation with the Scottsdale he popped over there and the TPC and everything else. But now that I said KH Lee, if I don't do anything about it, then there's that fear of missing out. FOMO. And I don't like the FOMO. KH Lee's been average or better than average. A lot of made cuts, but a lot of 40th place finishes lately. First round leader, maybe? I know my friend Boston Capper would second that one. But that might not cash out until Saturday anyway, the old first round leader. So, yeah, I don't really like anybody under 7. Again, I looked at Harmon, looked at Keegan. I played Jason Kokorak instead. I know, what a travesty. KH Lee, maybe? Yeah, I got Corey Connors, I got Jason Kokorak, and I got Abe Answer. Those are my guys in the 6s, in the 7s. No need to go down into the 6s. All right. So, yeah, I'm going to look at some 3 balls. I still haven't decided what I'm going to do one and done. I'm probably going to go Hovland. Probably going to go Victor Hovland. I don't love it because of what my friend Steve said. He's probably right. I don't know. But then again, Boston Capper likes Cam Smith. Boston Capper sucks at one and done. But I really like Cam Smith too. Once I made that Zurich Classic connection with the greens, I really, really perked up. It's like, ooh. But then I heard some real idiots, not you, Boston Capper. I heard some real idiots taking Cam Smith, being sharp, in quotes. And that didn't make me feel good about it. So I don't know where I'm going to go. I like Abe Answer. 65-1. The only box Abe Answer doesn't check is the players being a get right spot. But if you look at Abe Answer's event history, a lot of his good finishes come after a T45 or a miscut. And sometimes it's the ballpark or whatever. But I think I'm not going to let it. I think the fact that he's coming in not so great Abe Answer form. Because if he was, he'd be super chalky, just like Matthew Fitzpatrick. But I think that's where I'm getting an edge. So I like Answer a lot. I might get super cute and stupid and take like an Abe Answer as one of my one and dones. I'm not sure about it. I don't know what to do. It's the biggest fucking purse. It's a make or break, and I don't want to be desperate, but I feel really good about it. Maybe I'll take the outright win and I'll miss out on the one and done. Maybe that's the play. I got to figure this out. I need time. I got some time, so we'll figure it out. I'm sure I'm going to have to talk to Andy Lack and apologize. I'd be happy to do it. Just so I know that we're on the same page. I'm a little stressed. I'm sorry, Andy Lack. I love you very much. All right, so that's it. That is it. I got Victor Hovland, Cam Smith, Shane Lowry, Abe Answer, Corey Connors, and Jason Kokorak. There's not a lot of squeam there. There really isn't. There's like a maybe. But I don't think there's a lot of grossness. At least it's not going to be worse than what the weather's doing. So I might get a little out of hand with some outrights with DJ and Brooksy and Xander and maybe Spieth, Sungjae. Sungjae get right spot. It's gonna be soft as shit. He could be aggressive. It might pay off for him. It could totally backfire, but it might be worth it. My boy Russell Knox. So there's some guys. I have an expanded player pool this week that I had an impossible time narrowing it down. But I think I did all right. There are guys that I like that I'm not playing. And I'm trying to differentiate between an outright market and DraftKings and one and done. And it's a lot. It's a lot to process in 3 days. I need time. All right. Do I have anything else? I don't think so. We're going to get weather delays. This shit ain't going to end until Monday, probably. So, that means no recap show Sunday night. Oh, I like that. So maybe Monday night I'll do something. I have to work all day Monday. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah. Don't fucking tweet me. All right? I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Do not tweet me on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, whatever. Just leave me alone. But promote the show. Tit for tat. All right. I'm gonna start the Brendan. If anybody wants to ask me anything, I'm gonna look at the chat and see what's going on. If not, we get the hell out of here. We'll start retweeting. I gotta talk to my brother. I probably have to talk to Andy Lack. And we'll go from there. But good luck this week. Thanks for watching. Retweet the show. Do something. And I will talk to you next week. I'm not saying goodbye. All right, get this out of the way. Nice talking to you, Brendan. Thank you, Alexa. Leave Alexa out of this. All right? Good picks, Nagel. Love Lowry. Good luck. Yeah, see the thing. There's a prop bet on DraftKings that I really like. It's 130 to 1. It's ridiculous odds. My brother doesn't seem to think they're high enough. It's a 4 players, top 20. And they're all from England. All right? We got a Euro mutter contest this week. Give me some Euros. It's Hatton, Casey, Fitzpatrick, and Fleetwood. I think. That sounds right. All the finish in the top 20. 130 to 1. Tommy Fleetwood could top 20 this shit. So could Hatton. So could Casey. So could Fitzpatrick. Got to get lucky. It's 130 to 1. All right. I have a gambling problem. I'm not going to overdo it. But why the fuck not? I'm on good speaking terms with my friend Rob Bolton. And he gave me his blessing, even though he faded Hatton Even though I'm fading Hatton, we'll see if we can get a T20 out of him. All right? New comments. All right. Yeah, Rendon, you should, and Steve, if you're still here, I think you should bet Answer. I think you should bet Cam Smith and Victor Hovland. That's what I think you should bet. It's those three guys. All right, anybody have any comments? Anybody want to talk about anything? If not, I'm out of here. You can even just write no. Go eat something. Go take a shower. Call your brother. You can do something like that. But if anybody wants to ask me a question about any of the players, again, this show offers no insight or value. All I'm doing is rambling. All right, thanks for getting here. Oh, thanks, Carter. I didn't really get you in it, but yeah. Carver Cup is fun. I need to have a good week. I haven't had a good DraftKings week all season. I've had some devastating outright losses and one-and-done losses. And I'd like to right the ship. But you're always a week away. You're always a week away, right? Right. Okay. Anybody else? I'm looking at some of the old comments. Looks like late to the party. Anyone care to tell me who Nagel Bagels likes? JetBlue Amigo? I'm not familiar with that. Yes, go back and watch. Retweet the show. There you go. Now you're doing. All right, I'm going to go because the only people here I don't like. All right, so I will. You guys caught me in a bad mood. Thanks again to Mike for the paddle and the hats. Look at that. This is good show and tell right here. The hats and my mug. There's a golf ball in there. Good stuff. All right. I will talk to you guys when this tournament is over, whatever day that is. And good luck this week. Thanks a lot for bearing with me. I appreciate it. And I'll talk to you guys soon. All right. Oh, Meta Church. Web Simpson's thoughts. Don't play Webb Simpson. He's hurt. Thanks, Gio. Appreciate it. All right. I'm leaving. I did not pick Matthew Fitzpatrick. Watch the show. Goodbye. Goodbye.